Hi everyone, welcome to my video. So today I am going to take a topic on programming in C. So programming in C, you can see that programming in C, program is nothing but an instruction which is given to a machine to perform a particular task. Likewise, we are to communicate something to a person to person, we are using some language as a platform, right? So likewise, here also we need to use some language to give the instruction to the machine, right? So there are different types of language, that is C, C++, VB, Oracle, ASP, Python. Likewise, we have so much different language. Likewise, we are having a language like Tamil, English, Hindi, Marathi, Kannada, right? So likewise, machine is also having different types of language to give an instruction to perform a particular task. So C is one of a programming language which is developed at AT&T Bell Laboratories in the year of 1972 at Dennis Ritchie. Right? So here we can see here the structure for writing a C program. For every communication, for every information or instruction which is given to convey, we will follow some structure. Likewise, the machine language is also having some structure to communicate their information to the machine to perform particular task. So it is having some structure where you need to write the program. Documentation section, link section, definition, global declaration, main function section. So within the open and closing, have to give the instruction what you want to perform by the system. So in the documentation section, you will having all the documentation, right? Like it will have a title of the program or some instruction to the viewers of the program. Link section is nothing but it will have a link to a library section. So it has so much of library section. Within that library it has different predefined program, and that we are invoking that section into our programming through this link section, like hash include dot stdio dot hash onio dot hash, that is standard input output, like printf, scanf, all kind of input and output function will be in that header file. So using this link in this link section, you have to link that header file. You have to invoke that header file from that particular library. In the definition section, you will declare a variable name where you are defining, where you are going to using throughout the program. You can define that definition in that definition section. In the main function section, you can give like a main function. Every C program will start with that main function. Without main function, you cannot run the C program. So it is the main is nothing but a function name. So it will start with that flower bracket, open flower bracket, and ends with that closing flower bracket. And within that opening and closing bracket, have to give the set of instruction to the computer which you want to perform a task. So inside the function also you can declare the variable, and using that declaration part you can execute the variable. After that, after closing the end of the program, even after that also you can define a user defined function by giving the function name. This function should be invoked or should be called inside the main function. When you are writing the program, you will come to know what is that function, how we can invoke a user defined function inside our program. Can learn by writing a program later. So you can the function name, that is user defined function, n number of user defined function you can define. So this is the model of writing a program in C. That you can see here that documentation section, like it's a message program. So I am giving a heading as message. That has asterisk will say that it is not read by the compiler. So I am invoking a standard input output header file from my library. I am going to start a main function, start a program with the main function. So with the opening braces and closing braces. Printf statement. Printf is nothing but a keyword which is used. It is also a function which is invoked from the header file called standard input and output header file. So this printf statement gives the instruction to the compiler to print the text whichever given within the open and closing bracket. So whatever text which you are giving inside the open and closing bracket within the double quotes, it will be printed in the screen. This is the function program which is predefined returned in the C programming language. So by the compiler will come to the main section and will see the printf function, and it will start to print the text which is given in the open and close bracket. You can see here the text is hello. So the hello will be printed. When it comes to see about the end of the bracket, so it will end the program. So this is a small example how you can write a program in C language to give small message. So these are some of the token which you need to use inside the C programming. Keyword is nothing but it has so much keywords, and it should not be used as a variable name. So for declaring a variable there is some keyword. You have to use that keyword. Identifier is nothing but a function name which it is identifier. The constant is nothing but a value which is fixed. We can fix that declaration in the documentation declaration section itself. By declaring that variable, it will be the value of that variable will not never change throughout the program. String is nothing but a character or a variable character, the variable name which is in the variable value which is in the character strings. There are some special symbols also which is used in this C programming. Operator, you will have so much of operator like plus, addition, minus, asterisk, division, etc. All the operators can also be used in this programming language. So these are the this is one of the example of writing a C programming. You can see here I am going to count the number of COVID positive cases in Madurai. So for that I am invoking that documentation section, and I am invoking a standard input output header file here. I am going to start my program with the opening curly braces. I need 4 variables, so I am declaring that 4 variables with integer. Int is nothing but integer value. So I am going to print a statement that I am going to get the total number of cases from the user. Using to get the input, I need to use the scanf statement. So the variable which I declared as integer. So for that I have to use this %d with the ampersand of t, that is address of t. The value which the user is typing, it should be stored in the address of t variable. And I'm getting the number of recovered cases from the user, and it should be stored in the variable of or, address of or. And again I'm getting the death cases, number of death cases, so it should be stored in the address of d variable. So now I got total number of cases, recovered cases and death cases. So with this I can able to find the present positive cases in Madurai. So for that I have to deduct all these 3 things from the 2 things from the total cases. You will get the present positive cases, and it will be stored in the variable called p. So I am going to ask the compiler to print the present positive cases from the address of from the value of p. Whatever value which is stored in the p, it should be printed with the help of %d. This %d is nothing but the value which should be invoked as the data type. So here the p is the integer data type. So I am saying that if the variable which I have declared in float means, so the %f I should use. So later you will see about that data type later in cases, right? So this is the program, example program, how you can give a message to a user, right? So thank you for watching my video. Thank you.